And we are rolling. Hey guys, I'm Taylor Jillian. So last Thursday, I just finished my first quarter at FIDM. So today I'm going to talk about my experience at the SF campus altogether. So let's get to it. I'm just gonna apologize because this is gonna be a really long video because I am talking about my experience at FIDM. So a couple weeks ago at my halfway point, I updated you guys on how I was doing. So I guess from the beginning to there to now, I've learned so much from my teachers and instructors at FIDM. And the thing I really noticed from my overall experience at FIDM and my experiences at my community college, I've definitely seen a huge improvement in my time management and my procrastination, which is major for me because I know that a couple months ago, maybe like last year, I filmed a video on beating procrastination and how to manage your time well. I never actually physically applied it to my life until I got to FIDM, and I really felt like I didn't have a choice because I couldn't procrastinate because the classes only lasted 10 weeks, 10 to 11 weeks. So if I procrastinated, I would be so stressed. My stress levels were actually really low this quarter, and I don't know if that's what it'll be like for the rest of my FIDM career, but I know that my time management has improved. I don't procrastinate as much anymore. It could also have to do with the fact that I actually like what I'm learning and projects that I have to do. As for the time management and beating procrastination video, I will put the link to that video down below because I think that everything that I was talking about in that video actually is really, really helpful. Another thing I realized was those 2.5–3 months that I spent here in San Francisco at the FIDM campus, I blinked and it was done. It went by so fast. I'm doing my second quarter at the LA campus because that's the campus I originally wanted to go to, but this is my first time ever being away from my home, and so I felt like it would be best for me. As for the workload at FIDM, I know I talked about that in my last video when I updated you guys on the halfway point of my first quarter FIDM experience. I just wanted to talk about how the projects progressed. The projects in the second half of the quarter, I felt like because we had learned so much from the first half of the quarter that we were going to take bigger steps to learn how to do more details and things like that. So the classes that I was taking this quarter, just to refresh your memory if you don't remember, I took color and design theory, retail environment, marketing and branding, and 20th century designers. As far as the workload goes for all those classes, I think I had the most work in my color and design theory class because we did have a project due every week or every 2 weeks. So that was probably where most of my workload was going. For my 20th century designers class, all we basically had to do was the designer notebook. So I will show you that first because it actually took me a lot of work, and I want to thank my mom for supplying me with all of the supplies that I basically used everything in my mom's craft room, and I got all the supplies for this notebook from her. So I want to thank her for that. So I made the cover page, and then this is one of the pages. I think I explained it the last time, but we just basically had to have 20 to 25 designers in one notebook. And then what we had to do was we had to write a bio on them, get pictures and sketches, and put that all in one notebook under a zeitgeist of the time era. So here's one of the zeitgeists, and yeah. It's hard for me to try to see if this is in frame, so if it's not, I apologize. I'm not going to show you all of the pages because there's a lot, and that would extend this video to much longer than it already is going to be. And then I just made the end page because it was uneven when I did it, and I didn't want to have a blank white page at the back of my book. That was my basically the biggest project that I had for 20th century designers. I would say that it was one of the biggest projects I had all quarter. It didn't take up as much time as spread out wise, but if that even makes sense. I didn't have to work on it week by week, even though I could have, but I preferred to like work on it on like one weekend and just get all of it done. So I did that. I would highly advise for everyone who is thinking about going to FIDM or who is going to FIDM, I would highly advise that you work on it and don't procrastinate on the notebook until the very last minute, because it's a general study, so all the majors are, I think, required to take it, or most of them are at least. If you transferred it over, like, that's great, like, that's good for you, but just for like all of you who don't get it transferred over, that's like a project you should not procrastinate on, because it's really a lot of work, even if it doesn't seem like it is going to be, even if you don't have to work on it every week. It takes a lot of stress off your shoulders by not having to worry about it, because you already know that you have finished like whatever you need to do for it. Because I think that's one of the reasons why my stress level was like really low this quarter, because I managed my time well enough. Like when every weekend I went home, I would normally work on the notebook because that's where all like my mom's supplies were. So that really helped. For my art projects in my color and design theory class, the first one we did, I believe, was the color wheel. We had to paint all the colors ourselves and put them together in this format. Good to like reference back on according to our teacher, which I believe, like, I think that going back to the color wheel will help a lot, and it just helps when you're designing to kind of look at all the colors and what colors would match together and things like that. So this is my asymmetrical monochromatic project, I think is what the title of it was. This next project that I did, I'm actually like, is one of my favorites. Like, I'm so proud of this one because my teacher was really skeptical about it, because she was like unsure if it was a good idea to do this approach because there are a lot of small pieces to it. But when we were given this project, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I did stitch. So basically, so from afar it looks like I drew or like painted every single one of these, but I didn't. So basically, if you look closer, I've like actually cut the pieces, so like obviously they're not as perfect, but when you look far away, I'll wait for it to focus. There we go. When you look far away, it looks like it's all together and it's not like cut and pasted on top of each other. But I'm super proud of this project because even though it did take me a fairly long time and the pieces were really like tedious to like put together and everything, I think it was one of my favorite projects to do. I did this project when I went home one weekend because, again, I used some of my mom's craft supplies. My mom had like a little hole puncher that cut little paw prints out, so I used those, and that was so helpful. And I had my youngest brother, Nathan, who has also been in some of my videos before. He helped me, so I want to thank him for that. He just helped me glue some of the pieces on. We did 2 more projects in my color and design theory class, but we turned those in on the last day of class, so unfortunately I don't have those. One of them was a color and design file, and the second one, it was an optical mixture project, and that one was fairly easy. That one didn't take up much time. Those weren't too bad, so those were just some of the projects. And then I don't really have examples of like the reports I did in retail environment or the project that I did in marketing and branding. That was basically like my workload and my experience. Some tips: try your best not to procrastinate. I know that life gets so busy, and if you're like working too at the same time and you like want to have a social life, it gets hard. It really does. And I totally understand. What I did throughout the quarter was I had 5 days of the week off. So what I did was, after my classes on Thursday, because I had classes on Wednesday and Thursday, so after my Thursday classes, I'd go home, kind of like relax, and on Friday and Saturday I would do my homework and I would finish it by at least Sunday, and then I would have like most of Sunday or definitely Monday and Tuesday to just kind of relax and do whatever I wanted. Get planners. That was one of the things. Get a planner. FIDM will provide you with a planner, but I would suggest getting another one. My planners are packed right now, so I don't have them out. But I have 2 planners. So I bought a planner at the beginning of the year because I wasn't sure if FIDM would provide me with one, which they ended up doing, but I didn't want to let the money that I spent on the planner go to waste. So I used both of them. And the nice thing about the planner that I bought was it has the weeks, like each day has its own like time slot and everything, which is so nice. And then at the top it has 3 tasks that you want to get done for that day. So what I do is I use the FIDM planner to organize all of my homework that I get. I'll do with my other planner is in the 3 daily tasks, I will write a homework assignment that I need to get done that day, and I would like check it off as I go. I think that's all the advice I have. But as far as next quarter goes, I'll be living in the dorms. I won't promise anything because I'm not sure how my roommates will take the fact that I film videos, and but I don't want to stop filming videos for you guys, so I will have to like talk to them about that. And if they are okay with it, I would really want to do a apartment tour for you guys, so you guys can kind of see like inside the FIDM dorm, like what it looks like. Oh, I will mention the classes that I'm taking though for next quarter, because I do know I signed up for my classes like last week. So I know for sure I'm taking an apparel process. I'm taking apparel process 2. I'm taking a trends and forecasting class. Oh, I'm taking an effective speech class. I'm not so excited for that one because that one's at 8:30 in the morning. I am not very good at talking in front of people. I feel like it's a whole different dynamic than talking to a camera and to you guys. So we'll see how that class goes, and I will probably have a lot of stories to tell from that class. I'm taking a fundamentals of sketching class, so I'll be sketching and drawing. That's all. So the next time you guys see me, I will be in Roseville again, and I will not have this background behind me. But so I'm saying goodbye to my room in my grandma's house, and yeah. Oh, I didn't even talk about my friends that I made. Okay, so I know in my last video, my halfway point experience video, I talked about the friends that I made a little bit briefly. I'm gonna miss them. I was really nervous about making friends at FIDM because I wasn't sure, because I'm just so awkward in person when I first meet someone, so I wasn't sure like if I would be able to make friends. But wow, that sounds so sad. Like I have no faith in myself. I'm definitely gonna miss them because I won't see them all next quarter, obviously, because they're going to be continuing at the San Francisco campus while I'm going to the LA campus. I probably won't see them again, which makes me kind of sad because like I had a lot of fun like hanging out with them in like my classes and like outside of class. They're really cool. It's nice that like you bond over like the fact that you have like a common interest in fashion or like in beauty or whatnot. So I'm hoping that we still like keep in contact. I just wanted to say that they're so awesome, and they made my first quarter at FIDM like one of the best times ever. I had so much fun, and I just can't wait for the rest of my FIDM experience. So that is it. That is all I will say on my FIDM experience. I will keep you guys updated throughout my whole FIDM experience and just overall, but that was my first quarter, and I'm so excited to go on to the other quarters because my first quarter was so great. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any more questions for me about FIDM, the people, the majors, the instructors, anything about it, just let me know. I will be happy to answer any of your questions to the best of my ability because I'm still fairly new at this whole FIDM experience. So if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, I know I said this in my last video, but reminder again, I'll be releasing new videos every Sunday. If I'm not able to put up a new video on Sunday, then I will put it out on my social media, so you guys should go follow me on there just to keep track of it, because like I don't want to just leave you guys hanging. And yeah, so I will put the links to my social media in the description below. This is Taylor Jillian signing off. I will see you guys next week on Sunday in an all new video. Bye!